Now, at the beginning, I would like to show you something. All of you, please turn off your video. Now, I would like to share this news to you and see whether, let me share it. Right. Yeah, you can just pay attention to what is it about in the news. Okay. I play a little bit and see whether you can hear the sound.
陸續跟住返學。
同樣係政府專家顧問團成員。
Can you hear the sound? Is this okay? Okay, right. Then we continue. You read the news. You read the news.
嘅港大微生物學系講座教授袁國勇亦都認同，現階段唔應該再放寬防疫措施，又話個案對防疫工作響起重大警號，提醒市民要戴口罩。
每日返工數一數50個人，有幾多個有戴，有幾多個冇戴。
Can you hear that part? Now, if you miss it, once again.
提醒市民要戴口罩。
每日返工數一數50個人，有幾多個有戴，有幾多個冇戴。我哋最好嘅時候上97%，係大約2到3個星期前。但係而家咧開始已經跌到真係講緊係91%到啦。咁於是你會睇到個情況。
Right. Did you hear that? Okay. At the beginning, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, okay, there was about 97% of people wearing masks. But how did Professor Yun know that? Okay. How did he get this data or this percentage? Anyone? Right, observation, very good, Richard. By the way, there is 38 students, okay, requesting coming in. Or any one of you has a brother in Form 3. Right. Now, we can, yeah, observation. We play that part a little bit, this part, and then pay attention to that part.
每日返工數一數50個人，有幾多個有戴，有幾多個冇戴。
This part. For this one, because it is just part of the news, okay? For another version, I have watched. Okay, actually, Professor Yun has told the people that actually, I think his colleagues, okay, maybe the other doctors or the other people working in the hospital in his team, okay, when they go to work every day, they will try to observe, okay, around 50 people, okay, and then see how many of them okay, were wearing masks. Okay, therefore this is a kind of this is the kind of observation. Okay, it means of course in this case, okay, lots of people, okay, do this observation together, okay, not only Professor Yun himself, okay, a team of people, okay, a team of people, and then they, whenever they go to work, and then they try to observe, and then they try to count, okay, observe people around them, okay, each one, okay, observe 50 people, and then they have some idea, okay, among these 50 people, how many of them wear the mask, and then at the end they can calculate the percentage. Okay, therefore it means about 2 to 3 weeks ago, when they did the observations, about 97% of people wore the mask. But now, okay, the percentage has dropped to 91 to 92%. Okay, based on this kind of observation. Now, the percentage may not be very accurate, but at least this kinds of observations can still give us some information in this case, okay, right? And this one, for this part, this news, I just want to show you that how we can apply, okay, this kinds of method, okay, to do the research or to do the survey, okay? It is a daily life example, okay? This news is today's news, okay? You can, if you are interested in watching the news, you can go to this website, okay? Right. Okay, then we'll continue the exercise in your textbook. Okay, right, let me share this one. And then we have this one. Okay, you can find this one also in your textbook I showed you last time, right? Okay, it is 12C, okay, number 2. And then I'm going to show you how we do this one. Okay, right. And then I am going to share the other part. I think if you need the question, look at the question, then you can read the question in your textbook, okay? Right. Now, the first part, okay, this is exercise 12C, okay? And then you have, you are given a table, okay, 13 students, okay, in arts club, 6 in school choir, 4 in dancing club, and then 8 in chess club, and then 9 will be others, okay. And then the first one, you need to find the total number of students in this class. Okay, you can see total number of students. Then you can just add all these together. Therefore, it means in this class, there are total 40 students. Okay, 40 students. And then for part B, you have a table, right? And therefore, you have different columns. Now, for this part, okay, if you find that you don't have the space to write in one line, then you can just write in this way, just like me, okay? 2 to 3 lines is fine, okay? And then make sure that you can show all the columns for your table, okay? And then you have to find the percentage of the whole. It means for art cup, there are 13 students, right? And then it means out of the whole class, okay, what is the percentage? Therefore, we have 13 divided by 40 and then times 100%. And then you need to calculate all the percentage, okay, one by one. Okay, and then you can do your calculation. You should know how to do it, so I just write it down quickly. This one should be 32.5, and then this one, okay, 15%. This one will be 10, right? Because 4 over 40 is 1 over 10. 10%, 20%. And then after you have found all these four, then you can just use 100% minus all these. It depends. Of course you can calculate this one, or you can just use hundreds to minus this one, minus this one, minus this one, and minus this one, and then at the end, this one remaining should be 22.5%. And then because you need to last time I asked you to do this one. This time just want to check the answer with you. You can just double check whether you have done it in a correct manner. And then you have to find the angle of the sector. Actually, there are two ways to find the angle of sector. Now, in this case, because you have already asked to find the percentage for each one, therefore, the angle of sector can be found in this way. Okay, times 32.5%, because we have already found the percentage. Now, there's a case in pie chart sometimes, okay, when you find this angle, okay, it may not be exact. Sometimes maybe you need to use the approximate value sometimes, okay. Therefore, in this case, you can check your answer in this case, 117 degrees, 117. Or you can have the other way. If you don't have this part, it means if you did not find the percentage, you can still find the angle of sector by doing this. It is just the same. Because as a whole, okay, it means 360 degrees represents everything. In this case, represents the whole class, which is 40. Therefore, in this case, you can just use this part. Okay, it means I have 6 out of 40. Okay, and then refer to 360 degrees. How many degrees? Okay, therefore, it is just the same. If you use the percentage, 360 degrees times 15%, it's just the same if you use this one directly. Okay, it depends on how you construct the pie chart. If you have done the percentage, then you use the percentage. But if you haven't done this part, okay, it means you don't have this column. Then in this case, you can just find the angle by using the fractions 6 over 40 and then times 360 degrees. Then in this case, this one, 54 degrees. Then I just do it faster. I have done it before. Okay, then the remaining 3 should be this one. Now, after you have found the angle, then you can draw the pie chart. Now first, we should have the title. Let me my microphone here. You can hear me, right? The It means this pie chart is going to show, okay, the number of S1A students participating in different extracurricular activities, okay? And then you draw a circle. Okay, then you can see the center here. And then draw a line. Okay, this is the starting line. And then use a protractor. Let me get the protractor. Okay, and then place the protractor here. And then 117, 100, this is 110, 17 here. Okay, and then you can include the angle, and then you should tell this part represents art club. Okay, and then you can show the percentage, show the information, okay, either in percentage or in this case, if we know the exact number of students, then we can show the exact number of students also. Okay, because sometimes maybe we just have the percentage. Okay, sometimes we don't have this information. Then you need to show the percentage. Okay, otherwise you can either show the percentage or in this case the number of students in arts club. And then after this one, and then next one, school choir, 54 degrees. Then in this case, it means we start from this line, put our protractor here. Okay, and then this is 0. Okay. Oh, I think I have done something wrong. Sorry. This is not 117. The angle is so small. No one reminds me just now. Okay, I have done a mistake. Oh, where is my correction pen? Here, sorry. But no one find this mistake. Do you know what's a mistake I have made? I have made a mistake when reading the protractor. To wait for a moment. Okay. I have made a mistake when reading the protractor should not be there, and no one recognize, no one reminds me. Hey, where's my pen? Okay, 117 should be here. 117. This is not enough. Yes. Okay. Hey, like that. Just now I made a mistake when I read here. Okay, this is 70. I should start from 0 like that. So therefore 117 should be here. Okay. And then I should start from here again. And then next one, 54 degree. Right, I need to be very careful this time. 0, okay, 50, 54, somewhere here. Right. And then 54 degrees. School choir. 15%. 6 students. Okay. And then next one, 36 degrees. 30, 35, 36. Right. Do you get something similar? Dancing cup. 10% for students. Okay. And then next one, 72 degrees. If you think that you are okay to read the protractor in this way, then you don't need to turn your exercise book. But if you think that turning your exercise book is more convenient, then you can just turn it. Okay, 72 should be here, right? 70. Okay, 72. -2 degrees. And then this one will represent chest cup. Okay, how many percent? 20%. 8 students. Now, the remaining one should be 81 degree. You can double check. Okay, should be correct. Okay, this is 81 degrees. Others. Okay, 22.5%. 9 students. Okay, this is the pie chart. This is the pie chart. Of course, if you want to trace the outline by using your ball pen, you can do it later. Okay, otherwise you can just use a very dark pencil, and you should be able to do it. Now, of course, in your book, because your book is color printed, then you will find that different sector sometimes, okay, we use different colors, okay, or if you draw the pie chart with a computer, then we will add different colors so that people can see more clearly. But if you just draw it by yourself like that, okay, doesn't matter. Okay, no need to bring color pencils for your examination in case you are asked to do the pie chart. Okay, right. Then any one of you have problems in drawing pie chart? Okay, just remind you once again, don't make the same mistake. Okay, when we use the protractor, we should pay attention that which line is the starting line, and then the starting line should be start from 0, and then we see whether we need to use the inner circle or the outer one. Okay, that's why I just made a mistake. Very sorry about that. Okay, now then you should have similar exercise. Okay, say number 3. Okay, you are asked to construct the pie chart. Then make sure that you have the title, and then you draw a circle which is big enough, because you need to fill in the information inside the sector, telling people that what each sector represents. Okay, and therefore if you can draw as big as you can, then it is much more convenient. Okay, right. Now if you don't have any other problems, then we will move on to the other exercise. Okay, right, let's go back here. Right, and then if you, okay, everyone see this one? For the angles of the sector, okay, it is quite optional. In some diagram, they don't show the degrees of the sector. Sometimes they can show. It is a kind of, it is quite optional. It means usually if we have more information, then if you think that this information is useful to the one who read the diagram, then we show the information. Okay, because there's this is also a kind of question that we will discuss this later. When we have the diagram, what information you want to show? Okay, in some cases, people may make the diagram very simple so that they can just don't let you know some of the information they have got. Therefore, but in this case, I'm just showing you how to draw the pie chart, and then how to label the pie chart, and then for the say the degrees of the sector, the number of students or the percentage of students. Okay, this kind of information, you can make the decisions what you are going to show. Okay, but I think basically some of the information then you must show in your diagram. Okay, when you have a pie chart. Okay, because that for a pie chart, the circle is divided into different sectors like that. At least you need to show what is this. Okay, what does this represent? And then the corresponding percentage, these two are the most important, okay, or essential. Okay, at least we should show these two pieces of information. Whether the degree, it is optional. It means sometimes the people who draw the diagram, they may hide some of the information, or sometimes they think that that kind of information is not important. Then they just don't show in the diagram. But at least just now for this case, at least you need to show that, okay, this represent Arts Club and then the corresponding percentage. Okay, these two, okay, I think you must at least show these two pieces of information. Okay, but of course, if you show the degrees, it's just for yourself. You can just double check, or for people to double check whether whether you have done anything wrong. Okay. If you refer, okay, my iPad just fell down. Right. Now, if you look at some example in your textbook, for the daily life problems. Now, for example, if you look at page 23, okay, instant drill number 4, you can see that for that pie chart, the degrees of the sector is not shown. Okay, because if we have the percentage, actually we can calculate the corresponding degrees. Okay, but if you don't, if you think that you need to show it to people, then you show it. Okay, otherwise, if you have the percentage, if someone wants to know the angles of that sector, if we have the percentage, we can still calculate the angle. Okay, right. Now then, now for this one is just the same, but for number 3, the case is that you need to draw your own table, okay, before drawing the pie chart. Okay, right. Then we go to the next one. Now, for this session, you need to learn how to draw. Okay, and then you also need to learn how to get information from the diagram, if the diagram or if the chart is given. Okay, right. Therefore, we move on to this one. Okay, this one is just see, do you know how to read the pie chart? Read the pie chart means, do you know how you can get the information from the pie chart? Okay, right. Now here, if we look at this one, okay, the pie chart on the right, this one, the pie chart on the right shows the districts where 36 employees of a company live. Okay, district, okay, you are in Aberdeen, okay, Southern District, okay, and then I'm in Wan Chai, okay, this is another district, okay. In this case, it just divided into 3 only: Hong Kong Island, New Territories, or Kowloon. Okay, and then first of all, you need to find the factor of X, and then after that, you need to find the number of employees who live on Hong Kong Island. Okay, actually X is the angle. Okay, for this sector representing Hong Kong Island. And then number 3, part C, you need to find the percentage of employees who live in the new territories. Right, I can see your writing, that's why. Okay, I think some of you know how to find this one. For part A, you just need to show clearly that X degrees plus 90 degrees plus 140 degrees equals 360 degrees. And then in this case, because this time it is in another topic, okay, we are not going to study study the properties of a circle, something like that. That's why in this case, you are not required to write any reason. Okay, no need to write angles as a point. And then in this case, you can just solve these equations, and then you will find this one to be 130 degrees. But you need now be very careful. Be very careful, boys. Now in this case, you can see x degrees. Therefore, x degrees is 130 degrees. Therefore, x is 130. Okay, be very careful. Okay, don't write the units. X has no units. X itself has no units. X degree. Okay, and then this angle is 130 degrees. And therefore x is 130. Okay, to be very careful. Yes, because because the here, okay, the unit is already here. Therefore, x should have no units. Okay, right. And then for this is part A, and then part B, you need to find the number of employees. Okay, therefore, all together, okay, it means all, the whole circle, okay, represents 36 employees. Okay, therefore, in this case, 36, and then times whole circle is 360 degrees. And then for Hong Kong Island, this part consists of 130 degrees only. Okay, therefore in this case, you should find to be 13, right? Yes. And then percentage live in new territories, 25%. Is this in for that one 90 degrees? Okay, because here the whole circle represent all the 36 employees. Therefore, we can just use the angles. No need to find the number of employees living in new territories. We can just use the angles of the sector. Okay, in this case, 90 degrees out of 360, and then we need to find percentage, but we don't write 1/4 equal 25%. This is what you always, yeah, you need to write, yeah, and then equals 25%. 25%, yes. Okay. All right. This is number 4. Any questions for this one? Good. I think because I think you have seen these kinds of charts in your primary, right? And therefore this one is about pie chart. Okay, more or less the same. Then we go to the next one. Now then for this one, broken line. Broken line. Now, and then in this case, let me use the graph paper. We better use graph paper to draw the broken line graph. You need more space. Yeah, I'm going to show this one. Now, for this one, There's a new symbol. Don't know whether you have seen this symbol before. Now, first of all, okay, we need to have a horizontal line. Like this. And then this one represents the year. Okay, we use this one to represent the year. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one represents this year. And then 2011, 2012. Okay. Now, this one, if you look at the numbers, okay, the smallest one is 1,700. And then the biggest one is what? 3,200. Now, therefore, in this case, if you try to start from 0, then you need to have a very big piece of paper, okay? Because if you start from 0 here, okay, then this is usually you have 0 and then maybe 100, 200, then there will be a lot of space here, okay, nothing, okay, because we start as 1,700. Now, therefore, in this case, we need to skip some of the values, okay, so that's the diagram is shown here. Then we use this symbol. This one. You can also find this symbol in the book. It means we have skipped some of the values. Then in this case, we may start from here. And then you can see how many, in this case, you need to see how many space, how much space do you still have? Then in this case, maybe this one is, maybe I use this one like that. Okay, 1 square here, this 1 unit represents 200. And then we label, just like we have the coordinates quite similar, we need to label, okay, this line. This one is also called SS. Okay, we still need to label this SS. Okay, the largest one is 3,200, but if you want to have a little spare space, then can just show one more like that. And then for this one, we need to write down what do these numbers represent. They represent rainfall. And then the unit is millimeter. Okay, and then we need to write down the title. Okay, we need the title, and then usually we draw a line like that. Okay, right. And then we can now, we say it's just like plotting graph, if you still remember. Okay, coordinate system, we have XY coordinates, and then we plot the point. It's just the same. 2010, and then the rainfall is 2,500. Then you mark the point here. Okay, and then 2011, 2011, 1900, 212, 1,700, 213 here. Okay, 3,200, and then 214 is here, right? 2,600. Can you see the points? Can you see the points? Or you can use a cross, never mind. Okay, if you follow your book, then you can use a cross, but don't draw too big. And then after you have got the point, you can just make sure that whether the points are correct. And then if they are correct, then you join the points together like that with straight line. Like that. Then this kind of graph is called broken line graph. Broken line graph. Okay. Any questions? Then you can, now usually broken line graph is used to show data, the relations of the data and time. Okay, in this case the time is year. Okay, if you look at the next questions, number 8, okay, the time here will be months. Okay, usually this kind of graph, okay, shows the trend. We say that this is called a trend. Okay, when time changes, okay, from this year to this year, what happens? Okay, then you can see that there's a drop in the rainfall in this case. Then there's another drop, and then we can see that this drop is bigger than this one. But then from the year 2012 to 2013, there's a sudden increase in this case, and then it drops again. Okay, therefore it usually to show something, okay, which changes with time. Okay, say from year to year, from month to month, what kind of changes. And then if you want to show it, then usually we use this kind of graph. And then this kind of graph is broken line graph, broken line. Because in this case, we want to show what happened from 2010 and then to 2014. And then in this case, you cannot use just one single line to show, because it drops, it decrease, and then increase, okay, decrease, something like that. Therefore, it means from this year to this year, okay, if I want to show the trend, okay, the trend is represented by different lines like that. Okay, some of the lines are decreasing. Okay, one line is increasing in this case, and then therefore it's just like it is broken. This part, this part, this part, this part again. Okay, there will be different parts of it. Therefore, in this case, This kind of graph is called broken line graph. Broken line graph. And then usually this axis represent the time, okay, say year, months, days, etc. Okay, right? And then I think you can try number it by yourself later. Okay, right. I think it's more or less the time. Therefore, I am going to stop here. And then there's only one classwork for you today. Hey, what's going on? Wait, what happened? Where's my whiteboard? Okay. Okay, I think one classwork for today. Yes, this is spoken language. 12C and then number 8. Okay, you can just do the same as just what I did. And then tomorrow we will have some example on how we can read information from the spoken line graphs. And then I will show you some other